The time has come. Execute Order 66.
Aren't real names,
Right.
so
Yeah.
it happens. You can introduce
Hey.
yourself as Tater. I don't give a shit. And I'm Tater Nuts. You know, whatever.
Tater nuts.
I'm Clint Ritchie, and I'm Tater Nuts.
You're done.
It doesn't
Drinking
matter.
out of like a mason jar.
I mean, I can always say, and that's James Orr, and you can still say, you know, hello, whatever you want to. But I felt like since it's us two, we can have like way more interactive stuff, you know. That's why like as soon as I say like and get ready to nerd out with us, get ready to nerd out with Andor. Get ready with us to nerd out to Andor. Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to Nerd Out Nerd Style. I'm Clinton Ritchie.
I'm James.
And we're going to be nerding out with Andor. Pretty much like that.
Dude, let's just use that. I mean, that was perfect. Well, fuck it up with something else.
And then after I say that, I literally switch over to, so, James, how did you feel about, how do you think this show is going so far? Like, okay.
Fucking
you want to actually, like, try it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's give it a go.
We'll fucking get it going. Okay. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Nerd Out Nerd Style. I'm Clinton Ritchie.
I'm James Orr.
And get ready to nerd out with Andor. So,
Hell yeah.
James, how do you feel about the show so far?
Man, it had a rocky start a little bit for me on the first couple episodes. You know, they released 3 at one time, which is pretty damn epic streaming wise. I think the third one really brought everything together. There's just so much content and so little time to watch, you know.
Dude,
I think the first episode's only like 20, 25 minutes.
I have no idea.
I mean, it shows like 30 minutes, but like, you know, 11 minutes of its credits, so it doesn't count. Yeah, I mean, I like it so far. I think it's doing pretty good.
I think it's fucking amazing. And I just feel like I like non-Force Star Wars shows 10 times better than what they're trying to make the Force Star Wars shows, you know? Like Mandalorian,
Yeah.
There's like no Force in that other than little baby Yoda. You know, Boba Fett started off bad, but it's getting better. And now we got fucking Andor, and it's just amazing. In my opinion, first three episodes are amazing.
I don't know. Obi-Wan, he used the Force more in the middle and towards the end, and I really liked it. I mean, even if they cut that off and that's all they put on there of Obi-Wan, I think they did a really fantastic job of doing that. Like,
shaky
you know,
camera.
they didn't.
I can't go back and watch it. There's a shaky. It's shaking the whole time. It pisses me off.
I mean, that's a minor detail there, but I mean, as far as not adding too much to it, you know, because it's really an open-ended book right there where there's a period of Obi-Wan's history we don't really fully know. It's before the first movie, which is episode 4, and it's after the third movie, which is episode 3.
Yep.
And which is weird saying that out loud. Sorry if anybody don't really watch Star Wars and watching this right now.
I like the way they did it.
Yeah, I think it was pretty flippin' fantastical.
Hell yeah. So do I. So so it starts off, right? It starts off with him going to that little, what is that place? What do you think that is?
I think it's a brothel.
A brothel? Well, they tell him
so.
no comms, no credit, no nonsense, no credit. How are you supposed to pay for anything if it's a brothel?
Well, here's the thing, okay? Once he goes in, she's like, here, gives him a drink. Pay for it at the end. Okay, with what?
No credits.
I mean, maybe they had his information on file, and they're like, hey, dude, we'll just bill you like at the end of the month, like kind of like a toll road here in Texas. We'll just send you a bill and you pay. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know.
Maybe it's like that. That's a good, dude. That's good. So,
I got a theory for later on in the show.
Go ahead.
No, I don't want to talk about it now because I don't want to ruin the moment.
Oh, okay, well that's fine. So like after he leaves, right, and those dudes follow him, and he fucking knocks that one guy out with one little headbutt. In my opinion, was a bad part. He literally goes boom, turns the dude, grabs his gun, boom, boom, boom. All these shot fires are going off, and not one person hears it. Even though we know how it is in Star Wars. Usually, somebody comes
It's a
running.
blaster.
Right, and then
Is it?
go ahead.
Did you see it ricochet off the walls?
Yes, the one shot did ricochet, which was pretty
Right.
cool.
So I'm wondering if the dead guard got shot and nobody saw it. You know what I mean? Like they didn't. Or maybe it's on the backside.
Ooh, good, James. Hey, you never
Maybe
know.
'cause I mean, how do you die from a headbutt? Like
His nose wasn't even bleeding. There was
I
no,
know there's no physical damage on him anywhere.
in my
There wasn't a
opinion,
puddle of blood.
if he was to die from a headbutt, it would have had to been pushed up into his brain, and that's the only way. And it would,
Right.
punctured his brain, and then, but he would
Blood.
have bleeding nose and everything. So I
Yeah.
don't understand.
So maybe he got shot with a fucking blaster.
Oh,
That's what it was.
we're gonna hope that that's what happened. I also didn't like how,
Allegedly.
after he kills the dude, after he shoots him,
Yeah.
which was a badass part. Like he's not gonna let him live. He just we'll go down together. We'll go down together. And then he tells him this big elaborate story. He's like, nah,
Well-
dude. Bye.
I like it because he's like, you fucking killed him. And he looks down. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah, he's just
Hey man, look, hold up. We're gonna go together. He fell. You thought he was grabbing onto you, and he's a little rougher than what you thought he was. And
Yep.
I thought that was really awesome. He's like, you know what, man, straight up, didn't even give him a second to say bye or nothing. Straight up,
I
blasted
don't
his
like how
face
he
off.
didn't run away after he shot him. I did not like that. It's like you shot the dude and then you just stand there. Blasters going off. Somebody can hear that shit. You shoot, you fucking run, in my opinion. Sorry.
But if you listen closely, it's raining, and the buildings look like they're tin roofs or metal roofs. So
I guess there
it
wouldn't
might
be
be
people
louder.
walking around. You're right.
and it's in the middle of a town. If you remember it later on with the chief of the area, or whatever, he was saying it's in a part of town that's not really a great part of town, and there shouldn't be people like that down there anyway. So if you hear blasters, you're not gonna just run up to a guy with a blaster like, "Hey man, what's going on? You fucking some shit up, huh?"
Yeah.
Like you'd probably steer clear of that. So I liked it. I thought it showed that he had humility, and he was like, "Man, fuck, what do I do? Do I run? Do I try to hide these bodies? Do I throw them over? What do you do?"
I just run away and leave him, dude. Fuck it.
But yeah, that's what exactly he did.
What
pretty
did you
wild.
think? What did you think about the backstory? What is it called? Whenever the
Kenari?
no, like the backstory. Whenever it does little clips. Well, anyways, dude, I actually like
Talking about when
those.
they're kids.
Yes.
Yeah, Kenari.
Yeah.
And that's the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
it's
sorry. I
a
didn't hear you.
mid-rim system.
No, but it's
Which-
called something. Never mind. Go ahead.
What's a rim in Star Wars universe? Because you always hear like
The outer rim, the
Tatooine's
inner
in the
rim.
outer rim.
It's okay. The inner rim is actually,
Is it
it's
like
where-
a
hold on,
disk
it's where the-
galaxy?
yes. Well,
And
no,
it's like talking about the galaxy
there's
itself?
multiple different galaxies. I'm pretty sure. Either that or it's just one. I'm pretty sure there's multiple different galaxies, and the inner rim is like the inner part that's controlled by the Republic, and the outer rim is not controlled by the Republic. Like that's where Tatooine is. That's why Obi-Wan actually takes Luke there to hide, because it's not part of like the inner circle, So
Yeah.
that's the rims and stuff. Pick up some of those books. Listen to some Star Wars books. Audible, you can find some on YouTube. Spotify. Spotify's good. That's where I started. I heard about this. I don't remember. Well, go ahead. Sorry, I got lost there for a minute. What did you think about the how whenever those people crashed, right?
Right. So, what really kicks me in the butt, and I don't like it when it's in the movie, And I don't mind the dialect or the language. That's not the problem. What bothers me is that it says if you turn on a subtitle to see if it has something spelled out for you, it says speaking in an alien language. Like what the?
I don't like
It's
how
a
they didn't say what
backstory.
aliens was.
It's supposed to fill in the gaps, man.
Mhm.
It's not supposed to leave more mystery. Like what are they saying? Like honestly, you can kind of tell it's like an Avatar system where they're kind of more down to earth, more planet friendly and not more technological and shit like that. Um, but I thought when it crashed, I'm like, okay, what's up? Is this how Cassian? Is that
Yeah.
how he gets off the planet? Does he jump off board the ship and then another ship comes?
It's Cassian, and then it's Casa on the planet. I'm pretty
Cassian.
sure.
Right. So, but yeah, I thought it was pretty wild. It kind of reminded me on Star Trek, the reboot movie, where they're on that one alien planet and they steal the scroll, and then they hang it up and they jump off the cliff, and you see the Enterprise rise up out of the water, and they're like, "Oh shit," and they draw the Enterprise symbol in the dirt. But it was pretty cool. I thought it was really well done.
I liked how they were like little jungle people, because I've always thought that that's badass. And then what I was wondering is why they crashed. Why do you think they actually crashed?
Okay, so I think it's in episode 3 that they go into details about the crash. Okay, so maybe episode 2 going into episode 3. So episode 3 I think is when they and Canary people go into the ship or go to the ship to see what it's about, and they find the dead bodies.
Yeah.
And if you notice, they had gas masks on, right? And so they don't know anything. They're like, what is this?
That's right. The people that came and picked them up, Marva.
Yeah, right.
She and Marva and what's his name? B2 Emo. So he goes by B. Yeah, he goes by B, right?
Yeah.
So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, they might have had something to do with that, because they walked on the thing already knowing that it was poisonous, and they were like, "No, you don't need to worry that."
That had poisonous gas, and they checked the levels and like, no, it's already dissipated.
Yeah.
So if you remember in episode 2, they talk about there was a mining accident, like a severe accident on Canary that wiped the whole life on the planet out. So it didn't show it in the 3 episodes. But what could that have been? Could that have been more gas that leaked out and killed the entire planet?
Well,
Maybe
I don't
killed the
know,
ecosystem, and then
that gas thing, or the gas stuff happened to that spaceship. There was a spaceship that crashed. So all this on the planets, I have no idea, and I'm gonna guess that it's got like people show up for like a mining thing, and something bad happened. That's what I'm gonna guess.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you can obviously tell it's been going on. It's been going on for quite a time. There's a big hole in the ground, and inside that big hole, you got mining equipment, dump trucks. That big excavator that just looks like Fallout 76, which is pretty cool. And some of it looked kind of demolished already.
Right.
Like some of it looked like trashed out, maybe left there right away. So how did these
ancient ruin type stuff too? It was pretty cool. But like,
how did these people, the Canaries, not know about this? You know what I mean? Did the spaceship fly so far away, and then they just followed the trail? Could obviously, if you're back in the Stone Ages, or even Indian Native American days where we first came here, they could track the planet pretty well just by the sun, the seasons and everything. So maybe they followed it, maybe several miles away, and they just don't venture out that far.
Well,
I don't know, because
are you talking about
you think they would have
the spaceship that they
I'm
went
talking
to?
about that. I'm talking about the spaceship. Maybe it was really far away, like a couple miles, because you see that big old excavator in the ground. You would hear that. You'd feel the rumble.
Yeah.
You would see things come down and land on your planet all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big hole in the story for me. Is like, do these people not have a relation with these people?
Well, he got on the
There's
ship and he
actually,
started busting everything open, like he didn't approve of technology. Maybe they were
well, I
just
think,
maybe they've already had people, coming to their planet, of course, and they're off. Uh, they're like the Indians that hated the white people for coming over,
yeah,
just
there's
destroying
actually an
shit.
island on Earth today that refuses visitors. Like if you try to go to the island right now, you'd get
Oh
shot with a
yeah,
spear.
yeah, yeah.
I forget what it's called, but it's in the
I can't
Middle East
remember
somewhere.
either. Kyle wouldn't stop
Indian
talking about it one
Ocean.
time. I was like, yeah,
It's like a
I've already
really
watched
small
YouTube about
ocean,
it.
but they've been like this for many, many, many centuries.
So what do you
Um,
think about the
yeah,
we're gonna try
maybe
and
they're
move
like
on.
that.
We're
They
gonna
just
try and
don't
move
want
on a little
anything to
bit.
do with people.
What do you think about the bad guy? What was his name? Uh
Deputy
Cyrus
Inspector.
Cyrus or something like that, right?
Or,
Surreal, that's what it is.
oh, it's real. Yeah, I think he's a cocksucker.
Yeah, he fucking sucks, huh?
You know, his
He's
chief. Sorry, my dog's got a squeaker toy. I had to flipping the door here, but he goes to the master guy, the chief or whatever, and he's all like, "Well, obviously, they wasn't robbed, and they wasn't molested or anything like that. Nothing sexual, and it's in a part of town that's not exactly nice, So, and it's in a tavern or brothel or whatever that we can't afford, or they don't. We're not supposed to have, or they're not supposed to go there on duty,
Yep.
and they're drinking drinks that they can't afford,
Hmm.
and they're doing this that they
And
shouldn't
then he
be doing
makes up a
anyway.
fucking whole story about it.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Badass
dude,
boss
this guy's
thing.
got a point. Like, a few people, growing up will tell you that you got to learn to pick your battles. You can't fight every fight because some of them is just going to demolish you over something really small, really
Yeah.
little, something that doesn't even matter to
Yeah,
you
those
later on.
dudes were being fucking assholes, so fuck them anyway, huh?
Yeah. So when he went there to, I guess it's like the satellite tracking area with a computer room where you can see all the ships going in and out of the screen. Um, when he went there, you could tell he was a little high strung.
Mhm.
He was unsure of himself, and I don't think he really wanted to go through with it. Like something told him, man, like this is going to
Oh
end your
yeah, he
career,
didn't even mean to kill that dude in the first place.
right?
Is that what you're talking about?
I'm talking about when what you call him? I call him deputy inspector,
Oh,
the skinny guy.
Surreal.
Yeah. So when he went to the satellite room where it shows all the ships coming and going from Andor
Yeah.
or whatever, he told him to say, "What's this
Oh
ship
yeah,
right
yeah.
here?" And
So
it's
somebody else can take this seat, pretty
well,
much.
right before he walked in there, he was really nervous. He looked unsure of himself at that moment. And there's two guys walk behind him and they're like, "Hey man, what's up? You good?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
And
that
then
happens
walked
at the
in.
end too. He's a fucking little prick, dude. He sucks.
Yeah, yeah. He's. I think something's wrong with him mentally. You know what I mean? In the show, not in real life,
Well,
but in the
something
show.
probably happened to him at some point, and that's like why he's having little weird glitches,
Like
pretty much.
weird. Yeah, like he just whatever. Like even on their spaceship on the way there, that one dude, his guy, like that heavier guy. I call him the heavy officer, a hefty officer. I mean, I'm a hefty
I feel
guy,
like
so I
he's
can
the
say it, right?
main. I feel like he's the boss. Because
Like
the other
he's
dude's like
not
the.
though.
You're talking
He's
about the one
not.
that makes up the story about like how they like
He
they
he
were
gives
walking
he
around.
gives a he gives a badass speech on the ship,
Not that
and it's
guy.
like, "Ah,
Not that
boss,
guy.
it's up to you now. Here you go. Here's your crew. I got them ready for you. I got them warmed up." And he goes in there and talks some like lazy shit.
That
Like,
dude's a
and one guy's all
badass.
like,
Honestly, he's a badass because
"Ugh."
he should have been. Because at the end of the movie, end of the show, he's all like froze, like he's like Sergeant or whatever, Cyril or whatever the fuck he was calling him, dude. And it's like
Mm,
the other guy just sucked, and that other the big guy should have been in charge, in my opinion.
right, right. He had a lot more leadership skills for sure.
Do you think that the black guy with the cool hair, and he who brought Velch, I think his name was. Let me see if I can find it. Vetch, the big tall.
Oh, him.
Yeah, and he's all like trying to get his
That
money
was the
back.
alien dude.
He's trying to get his
Yeah,
deposit back. Do you think he's gonna
right.
come back? Because he was only in for like a short little scene that really had no
Man,
purpose, unless he
I
comes back.
don't know. Let's just let's just hypothetically think that uh, Cassian does have his money really tied up into a business play, right? And sorry, my beard's rubbing against the mic. And let's just say that it's really tied up into a profitable venture for both of them. I think he will come back at some point.
I'm thinking so too, because he hasn't got paid yet, and he was fucking
Right.
staring at him hard whenever he walked by.
She's like this tall alien. He's like intimidating.
He's like,
and
you just told me
Cassian
to
just, like,
stand
turns
here.
around. And he's like, are you really gonna fucking take his orders? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? And he's like, and the other dude, he's like, don't answer that.
That was good, man. I love that part.
Like,
That was
your bitch, man.
That was like one of my most favorite parts in the whole thing, man. That part right there, because like the guy was like, "You just told me to stand here," It made me laugh so hard. What do you think? What do you put down in a deposit for? What do you think that was about?
Man, dude.
You think Andor was just trying to skim him?
When the collector, right, the buyer comes into town, he acts like he knows who Cassian is and what Cassian does. And so I'm thinking Cassian is kind of a smuggler type person. You know what I mean? Someone that gets in. He got the box straight out of the Imperial ship.
Yep.
And so
I'll give you 1,000 extra credits if you tell me how you did it.
Yeah, and he's like, but yeah, so I think he's a smuggler, or I wouldn't say a smuggler. That sounds mean and harsh. Maybe a collector, if you get my drift.
You know how like he says that he's been in this fight since he was a kid. I feel like they've been fighting. They were fighting the Republic at first, because remember when he got picked up, they were like the Republic will be here anytime, and like they ended up leaving. They were like they'll kill him, blah blah blah. The Republic is not gonna fucking kill them. They're not the bad guys, but they probably see them as the bad guys, so they went ahead and took off, and because that was before the Empire took over. That was while the Jedi's the Republic's before the Empire. So, like in my opinion, I just feel like that they've always been terrorists, pretty much. They're just terrorists. So anyway, he wanted to recruit him to go to be his terrorist guy. So I don't feel like he's a smuggler. I feel like he's a terrorist, but it's whatever.
Well, I mean, if you're against the leading team, you're basically opposition, which is basically a terrorist.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if he's stealing shit without even getting caught, like you like he said in the show, and the dude asked him, he said, "You just walk in as you're one of them, dude."
Yep.
They don't even fucking care. They're so arrogant. They don't even look at you twice.
What do you need?
They just act like you're one of them, and you're set.
What do you need? A battle suit and some kind of pack. God damn it, I forgot it.
Hey, you know what? I know Kyle's not here, but let me just throw something out for him. A blowjob. I would like a blowjob, please. Thank you. That's for you, Kyle. Love you, dude.
Did you see the purple noodles that the dude was eating? It was like blue or purple or something like that. It's in like a Chinese box thing.
Oh yeah,
dude, they were like blue or purple, man. It's weird. So
it's pretty wild.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
I've really liked. Now it goes against what I said earlier, but I really liked that when he was going to the brothel. I know this is going backwards, but it showed different types of alien stuff going on, like different entertainment things you could do.
That's why I like
that.
Clone
Was
Wars.
Pretty cool. Right, yeah. Now, are we still on episode 1?
Actually, yeah. That was the end of it. That was pretty much the end of episode 1.
Wow. So episode 1, how did you like when B2 Emo came into play? B?
Yeah, B.
And those dogs or hogs or whatever came by, and he's like,
and he fucking zaps that one that pisses on him.
That one starts like, yeah, fucking does his business, and he gets so pissed. He like, you can hear it going, zzz, and that was great, man. That was fucking funny as shit. I was like, yeah, I like this dude already, man.
So what would you rank the first episode?
Man, coming in blind. Coming in blind, I would say out of a 10, 6.
I got a
I mean, maybe
7.5, man. Because
maybe a 7 at best.
I loved the first episode. It actually, whenever I started watching it, it kind of like hooked me. With all he kills 2 dudes within like first 5 minutes of the show, and then like
Right.
you get to see the flashback. That's what it's called, flashback. So you get to see the flashback, and then you get to see that Quicks
Describe them.
Q. What is it? Fuck. Bix.
Okay.
Bix. Whatever her name is. You know, you get to meet her and everything.
Who is she? Is she the girl, right?
Yeah, she's
She's
the
the girl
girl.
that collector as well.
Yeah, that knows the collector. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to pause it right here. Let me go pee. Whenever I come, I'll actually take this part out. So give me a second. I
Okay,
gotta go
yeah,
pee.
so I can just talk some mad shit. Like, now, fuck this, fuck you, fuck you. No.
Sorry to stop the show, but if you're enjoying Andor and you enjoy us, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button right there. Also, follow us on anything and everything nerd style. Now, back to the show. All right, so this episode really I wasn't able to write down as much as I was able to do with the first episode because it wasn't as good. So the first thing I got is like
The second episode, I barely got anything written down. It's hard to find shit to write about. It's like, God, it's painful.
yeah, the second episode was not very what I
Man,
don't
I got a
like?
slight headache. What you
I don't like the fact that when you hit skip intro, it doesn't skip the fucking intro.
You know what I don't like? Are we talking about what we don't like in the show? I don't like that his sister don't have a fucking name.
Yeah. He does. He never.
He
actually
asked
says
the
that.
girl, "What's her name?" I mean, I get that it'd be a Canary name, and
It's
that
for
you can't
suspense,
necessarily
dude.
say,
It's just for suspense.
"Oh, her name is Waka 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 Waka." But
Stupid.
nah, that sounds like a racist. That's not what I intended. Okay, but it don't have any subtitles. What are you supposed to fucking do? I mean, it don't have names for people. It don't have names for anything. So the only way you get names is if you Google it.
Dude,
Which
speaking
is
of,
frustrating.
she gets, during that time, right? And they get on the ship, right? They get on the ship, and
Yeah,
she
sorry, go
fucking
ahead.
kidnaps him. Is that part of episode 2? Or was I writing ahead of
That's
myself?
episode 2, I believe, man.
So yeah, so she kidnaps him in episode 2, right?
Right. So episode 1, he's talking to the girl. The girl comes straight to him, like she knows him. Like, hey, is this your first time here? And he's like, yeah, matter of fact, it is. And so they look into each other's eyes. I'm like, I'm looking at yours right now. And they say, what do you want? Well, I'm looking for somebody. A friend of mine said I'd find him here. Well, all right, let's break that down right now, okay? 1, she goes straight to you, and I'm hearing the echo again, by the way. I don't know if you can hear the echo of the echo, but that's okay. Not a big deal. And 2, wait, no, shit. I never got this one.
It is
So
like
1,
an echo.
yeah, so 1, she goes right to him, right? And 2, when he asked her about the girl from Canary, she kind of looks a little bit defensive, like not vocally, but like visually defensive. And so I wanted to say that that's my theory that is actually his sister.
Dude, I wonder if it's picking it up through my camera up there.
It might be. I mean,
I'll fix it next time. I'm sorry. We're
you
gonna
can
have
always
to
just
deal
get
with
some
it
headphones, be styling or profiling,
right
and it might be. Apple juice is kind of hard tonight.
now. Dude. uh,
So episode 2, here we go.
so do you think that Bix's boyfriend Bix Bix
Jim, that's his
No.
name.
Tim. It's Tim.
Is it Tim?
Timm.
I got written down Jim.
Tim.
Sounds better
I'll
than Tim
fucking
to
bet
me.
money on it, dude. Let's go.
No, I isn't ready.
But do you think that he thought she was cheating with Andor?
I don't know if he thought she was cheating, but I think he was fucking jealous to hell because he's the one that turned him in because he's a bitch.
Are we sure about that?
Not necessarily.
Because there's a couple people that could have turned him in my opinion. One was the
But you
one
see
was the
him,
one that he owed money to.
right?
One was somebody else. I can't remember who it was. But
Not
there
that
was
guy
one
that
other
he had the
person, and then there
conversation
was
with in the
him.
first episode, right?
Do what?
You remember in the first episode where he talks to that guy off that it's not a freighter, but it's like a mining facility with the double round doors. And he's like, "Hey, by the way, last night, I was at your place and you punched me or he punched you or whatever." Not that guy, right? The one he has a cover story with.
No, it's not him.
Okay.
I don't feel like he would do it.
I think Jim did it. Or Tim, sorry.
Yeah, it's Tim.
I got it written down as Jim.
But it's fine.
It is Tim. I'm pretty certain it is Tim.
It's Tim.
For some reason
I got it wrote down as TIMM. And I watched it with the captions on, so
somehow I have a J. Maybe I was just really busy trying to think about it and write it down at the same time. But you could clearly see that he saw them two, and then he even tried to go after her one time, and got lost in the process of doing so. And once he got lost, he's like, "Fuck!" And then she went out again, and he's like, "You know what?" No, he saw him at the bar. And that son of a bitch went and went somewhere. And then I'm pretty certain he did it. He's dead now. But I mean, sorry, that's episode 3. Fuck. But that's
I don't know
not
if it
the
was
point.
Tim, man. It might have been. I mean, it does make sense for it to be Tim, right?
Right.
Okay, we're gonna move on though. What about the what do you think about the guy that crawled out and was all yellow and shit? And he was able to still get up. Why did he shoot that girl? It's my like, why did he get up after somebody who could possibly save his life? Why would he get up and just shoot her?
Maybe that ship was doing experimental research. Highly viable to
That
the
might be why
Republic.
that weird fucking
To the
gas happened.
Republic. Huh?
I said that might have been what happened with the weird gas that happened, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
Might be. Tune in next week to find out. Maybe.
Oh, and I also got one more thing. Whenever Marva wakes up, right? And or not wakes up, but she goes into like Andor's room looking for Andor. And that part was completely pointless. They just fucking put that in there to make the episode
I don't think
longer.
so.
What do you think?
I don't think so. You're talking about after they came and left?
No. Whenever they were there, she knew that he was about to run off. And
Right.
for some reason, they just show her looking for him.
Right. I think she was trying to find something. That's what I think.
But she picks up
wasn't looking
his fucking stick to show that he's fucking what's the species? Canary. Right. She picks that up. It's Canary. She picks that up to show that he is Canary, and that's pretty much it. Like, it was a pointless scene because everybody already knew.
Well, it did a flashback at that point when she picked it up.
Huh?
Did a flashback at that time when she picked it up.
Yeah, but I feel like they could have just went into the flashback instead of her walking in there asking for him.
I mean, it kind of made sense because, he went with them as a group and,
That's when she kidnaps him too, by the way.
Well, she didn't exactly kidnap the dude. I mean, he didn't even speak.
She cries because he's gone because he finally fucking decided to leave the person that kidnapped him. All she had to do was walk him into the forest and leave him, and then he would have ran back to his tribe and everything would have been fine. But no, she picks him up and she fucking takes him after drugging him. That's a kidnap.
Did she drug him though?
Yeah, she drugs him. She has beads to fucking hand her something. She gets it and she fucking sticks him. and then he passes out. She picks him up and takes him. Kidnap.
Yes, son of a bitch. You know, that planet's going to have a lot of Amber Alerts going on when they finally reach technological stages in life.
I wonder if they even have Amber Alerts, man. That would be crazy. So, other than that, I don't really have anything else for the second episode.
So, episode 2, okay? That's what I got written down here for alien languages that kind of ticked me off.
And honestly, her kidnapping him might be episode 3. I just wrote down really.
I did write down here in my notes. It says it's BS that the guy Tim, turned in Casion, not knowing for sure if he was actually Kenari. Great guess, I would assume, but also BS that the alien languages aren't translated. I feel like it takes away from the story.
I agree.
The backstory.
I agree.
And I got also written down how flippin' funny / awesome. You check me. How funny and awesome that speech was by that hefty guy on a spaceship ride over.
Yeah.
To pick up Kate Cassian. I was like, dude, that dude should be a fucking motivational speaker. Like, he had those guys
dude
pumped.
I agree with that, man. I agree with that 100%. He has some vocals, not as like singing vocals, but like as a, you will listen to me.
Yeah, commanding vocals. Like, he talks, he fucking like, aye, Captain.
Yeah.
That's wrong, man. Aye, Captain.
All right, so are we done with episode 2? I feel
yes,
like
thank you. Get that shit out of here.
All right, what do you rank that one?
Gone.
What do you rank that one?
It's not bad, all right? I got hair in my mouth. Go figure. It's not bad, man. I wish it would have been more backstory. Maybe the alien language has been translated on Kenari.
I agree.
The Kenarian language. It could have been translated. It would have been more impactful, I think. I think that was a budget cut thing there.
I also don't like the fact that whenever they say like an alien's yelling, they don't say what kind of alien it is. They just say alien.
Right. It doesn't. Yeah. Maybe they left that to interpretation. It also doesn't show them very well. If you notice that.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't show a full figure of anything. Also probably limited the budget, I would assume. I would probably rate it about a 5.
A 5?
Because I felt like it could have been better. I felt like it could have been way better.
Mine's a 5.
But really.
Yeah.
I mean, so I just felt like
when you watch them as a separate episode, in my opinion, the first one, if I was to watch that as a very first episode and I had to wait a week, I would have been disappointed the week afterwards, and I had to watch this one. In my opinion.
Well, it's kind of like, what's the name of that show on Marvel? Scarlet Witch. It's like her TV show. Okay, the first episode's black and white. Like, the entire episode's black and white. You're like, what the fuck is this? It doesn't make no sense. You don't.
Nope.
Huh?
I did not like it at first, but I watched it all as a whole. That's what I usually do with shows, but I can't do that with Star Wars. I have to watch them per week, dude.
As it comes out, I usually watch it in places I probably shouldn't. I'm not going to disclose how I like my job. But I usually watch it as soon as I can.
Right. I just have, dude. I love Star Wars, man. It's hard not to watch them as they come out per week. If I get the chance to, fuck yeah. The only one I didn't do that with was Boba Fett because I didn't know it came out the first week, and then whenever I caught the second week, I was just like, I want to watch them both together, right? I watched those 2 episodes. I said, this is fucking boring. What the hell did they do to this? Boba Fett sucked. And it took like episode 4, which I'm glad I stopped watching it after that. Because I was like, I'll wait till it comes out and maybe it'll be better as a whole, right? That's what I thought. Right. I was like, I'll wait. I can make myself wait, right? This is Boba Fett. The first 2 episodes sucked. So I waited and then I watched them as a whole. I was in love by like episode 6 or something like that. And then they switched over to Mandalorian, dude. Mandalorian got a whole fucking episode, man. Let's go.
They got like 45-minute episodes. That's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I fucking loved it.
Some of them
After
are like short. Though.
after I watched it as a whole though, you can tell that it was slow, and that's probably why they keep on throwing out the first three at a time. Because ever since then, you know, with Kenobi, they threw out the first two. With this one, they threw out the first three. Probably because like if they would have done the first three of Boba Fett, it would have been super slow, but it would have been over faster, you know, and then people could have at least enjoyed the fourth episode because the fourth episode was a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the next movie or the next episode.
Episode 3.
When young Cassian was at the wait, what?
So when he first entered the spaceship, that's the opening
what I have
scene
right
of
here.
him walking down the tunnel, right?
Doesn't
Or
that
the-
tunnel
the
hold on, hold
walkway.
on. Doesn't that tunnel look like the same tunnel that chick was climbing up to like talk in the phone?
Oh,
It looks almost identical, dude. Just a little bit changed.
budget cuts.
I just
What
wanted
did
to
you
throw that
say?
out there.
No, do a little paint here, a little ripping here, and they'll be fine. They'll be set. They'll be fine. Velcro is an amazing tool. Kidding. But yeah, so he walks in there and he sees his reflection. Which, think about this: they don't have glass, they don't have mirrors, they don't have technology of any kind. It looks like, besides flint and stone or arrows or blow darts.
Yep.
And those blow darts appear
Fucking
poisonous
suck.
because they took out that guy, right?
Right.
So he sees his reflection. He's shocked. He's like,
Dude, the dude was sick, and they had to shoot him with 20 of them.
right.
Those blow darts suck. Get some better poison.
Maybe his body wasn't, as easily susceptible to the poison as Kenoran DNA are.
Yeah.
Maybe. Theory out there.
I mean, yeah, just throw it out there, dude. Why not?
But yeah, man. So he sees his reflection, right? And he's startled. And I got written down here, he's startled by his own reflection. How wild that must have been that, not ever seeing yourself before. You see everybody else. You see what everybody else looks like. And you see yourself. Think about that, man. You would be shocked the first time you see anything in your life. Like, I don't know, the first time you saw Star Wars. You're like, wow, this is fucking amazing. And, you kind of edge close to the TV. And, or the first time you get a girlfriend, the first kiss. It's like magic. I mean, it's just a kiss. It's like and it's done, right? But to you, it's magic. It's like, pew. So think about
You're
that
magic to me.
reaction. Huh?
Nothing?
I'm watching this shit later, man. Anyway, so just think about that. Think about those exciting first things you do as a person. And this guy just saw himself for the first time. Like,
Yeah. Yep. Honestly,
I think that's why he destroyed it.
do what?
I think that's why he destroyed all the panels because it scared the shit out of him.
Yeah, I mean, because that was his first time actually looking at himself. So you're right about that. So,
Right.
yeah,
Kyle was
I
here.
agree.
He would say he's seen his penis before.
Yeah, okay, he's seen parts of himself. You're right.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. Oh man.
Okay, let's talk about the fucking ship. The ship. The fucking stupid ass police ship that they have that doesn't look aerodynamic at all. Am I wrong?
I
Does
mean-
that thing look like it can fly through light speed? It looks like it would tear in half.
It's a
What kind
galaxy
of fucking
far, far
horrible
away.
design was that? It was the dumbest thing that they ever put in this. Other than
Magic
that, I mean, it was good. Andor was awesome, y'all. Check it
Yeah,
out.
it's we're talking shit right now, but it's really, I would say well done, but that's a lie. I think the first two episodes is okay backstory. Third episode, amazing.
Third episode
Like
was good.
everything about it.
Third
Everything
episode was
about
the
it was
best.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, what do you think about the sword?
The what?
The sword.
The sword. What sword?
From the buyer. From the buyer. He walks in and he has a
Oh,
fucking
his
sword.
little weird lightsaber thing.
It's not
Was
a
that a sword? I
lightsaber,
felt
man.
like
It's
that
a
was a
sword.
walking stick. It's just a
It's sort of
walking
like-
stick.
I said the buyer carrying a sword? Question mark. What the LOL. That's
It
what
extends.
wrote down.
It extends and retracts like a lightsaber.
Yeah, it's like a switchblade sword.
I mean, lightsaber.
I wouldn't call it a lightsaber. It don't light up. I mean, and I just thought, wow, dude, this guy's such a pimp. He ain't even gonna bring a lightsaber or a blaster. He's gonna bring a fucking retractable
Yeah,
sword.
yeah. I mean, he did bring a blaster. That fucking fight at the end was amazing. We haven't got there yet, which I will talk about here in a minute.
Maybe he's well, I'll save it for later. So what?
His name is
okay, so I
Luthen.
got-
His name is Luthen, by the way.
really, I don't have a fucking pin.
Yeah, his name is Luthen.
Um,
If you were Andor, would you have went with him?
I mean, let's face the options here, okay? So one way is total destruction, sitting outside doors. Okay. The other way, only you know about it right now. You can't even see my hands. I'm sorry. I'm just making hand gestures. And I'm like out of the fucking frame here. Like,
we get the gestures, man.
all right. So I'm not gonna do hand gestures. I'm sorry. So one way you have utter destruction, like teams, like SWAT teams waiting, right? And then the other way, only you know about. And he's like, dude, come with me, and we can work this out. And this, I was hoping for more time to get you on my side, but obviously that didn't go right. So just come with me. I know all this shit about you. I mean, dude, you know everything about my life. You know about my father. You know about my bringing up. You know about what kind of a guy I am, what I do for a living. Man, it's tough, dude. It really is tough. I would have to go with him because obviously I want to know why he knows so much about me. Maybe he knows my sister. In the back of my mind, like maybe this dude knows what's going on.
Do you think the chick is going to join with them or try and go find them later on?
Maybe their sister. Oh, you're talking about Bix?
Bix, yeah. Her boyfriend just
I
got
think-
killed.
Well, that was stupid. Okay, come on, dude.
Hey, I agree. Why the fuck did... First off, we did have a trigger-happy person, and he should not have shots, because even the lieutenant was like, what the fuck are you doing? Give me your blaster and get the fuck back to the ship, right? But... but, dude, he was literally warned. He could have, said, why do you have her tied up? Just like this, instead of, what did you do to her?
Like, don't...
You
fucking kill me.
froze on us.
But-
Say it again. Hold on. You're still
sorry,
freezing.
I'm still freezing?
Yeah, you're still freezing. There you go. Hold on. Don't move so fast. I got your face. I got your face like. Okay, you're unfrozen, dude. Let's go. What'd you say?
So, he was like, "Dude, don't shoot me," and like, I couldn't help but feel maybe that was like a hands up, don't shoot kind of moment. To kind of portray real life politics of police officers shooting
But
people.
then he ran forward. But they didn't need to
But,
shoot.
but a lot of people do, not a lot, some people do that, and then they get themselves shot. And some of it's innocence,
A lot of it's innocence.
Right, like there's some...
You have to have a fucking visible weapon in your hand in order for a fucking peace officer to shoot your ass. in my
No, I
opinion.
think Little Wayne said guns turns the boys into pussies. And he said sex change, but it's not a transgender thing. It's like a gun doesn't make you a man; it makes you less of a man because you feel
think about
like
Friday.
you can just. Yeah.
about Friday.
But anyway,
You know-
let's get off this shit. This is depressing.
Put the thing away.
What about Friday?
This is all you need. What's up?
Yeah. Just, and if you can't beat them up, you shouldn't be fighting.
Yep.
You should become a politician and learn to talk. I don't
And
talk.
rape little kids and
But-
boys like they do. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
So, anyways, where were we at? So the guy, Tim, he got shot, right? I really do suspect that she's going to try to get a hold of the buyer again and get picked up by him or find her way to him. Now, here's a theory I also have. What if the buyer knows so much about Cassian because Cassian's sister, the one which is not yet to be named, is the one sending the buyer after him.
Ooh.
Damn.
Maybe, dude.
Damn,
That's a good
Tater
little
got
theory. I
killed.
like it. I like it. That's actually a really good theory, man.
Thank you.
Either that or after he joins him, he's gonna be like, I have one mission I gotta do before I join you. I gotta find my sister, and that's what like the whole first season's about. But we don't know yet. We gotta let it go. We gotta let it go. How do you like Bix's uniform? It almost looks like a fucking Dragon Ball Z. Oh, you don't watch Dragon Ball Z. Shit. It has like a little Dragon Ball Z symbol, like on her thing. It looks cool, man. It just reminds me of that. And then
So
banging.
I have.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I have written down here. What kind of gas was it that killed him?
What?
What kind of gas killed the astronauts or the people on the ship?
I don't know. That's what I was like.
I mean,
I was wondering what happened, what kind of gas it was.
like that's some bad shit. I mean, think about this. They're more obviously advanced than our own current technology nowadays.
I think it was an attack.
Which,
Somebody
which
attacked them. That's how they knew. I feel like it was Marva. They attacked them, released some gas on their ship. That's how they knew to land on it. And then they left with the boy, knowing that whoever was caught there was going to get killed. I feel like they're the ones that did it. So I'm not too sure what gas was used. Go ahead.
what if the Republic? Maybe it's their gas, right? And so they don't want. They can't salvage that ship, right? It's destroyed. And so instead of bringing it back in little pieces, what if they just shot at the shit, right? Blew it all to fucking hell.
Oh, just fucking
And
destroy it
then
instead.
the gas seeps out and kills
Everybody
Kennard.
on the planet. Okay. I see what you're saying. Gas
And that's what they
leak.
said in
Okay.
episode 2 or 1, is that Canary died, like everybody on the planet died. There was a massive mining disaster, which it don't look like there's been mined for a while.
When the police showed up though, they were smart by banging all those alarms, and the police didn't do shit about it. That was, I mean, in my opinion, that was fucking smart. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody knows what the hell's going on, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
That was fucking badass. And I absolutely love the fear factor tactic that
Right.
Marva played into it with the guards with her. She's like, the sound's not the problem.
It's when it
When it
stops.
stops is when you should be really fucking worried about it, dude. Like, that's when you should, like.
But
shoot
she was
that.
just fucking spitting bullshit because she had no idea. Like, they just stopped on suddenly. And, like, nobody knew what the fucking Andor and that, what's his name? Luthen were doing, dude. They were just fucking badass shootout, in my opinion. Bop, 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 right? And,
Right.
he was too worried about the fucking box for some stupid reason. Leave that damn thing alone. You're getting shot at. You don't need to rush over there. Shit's falling from the ceiling, and you're gonna try and fucking grab some box that the dude who was already bought it from you said leave it. Leave the motherfucker, and don't worry about it.
Well, to the collector, of the buyer, it doesn't matter to him. That was just a precursor to
Yep.
meet Cassian, which Cassian's his end game like collection, basically. In my opinion, of course. But what really got me going and thinking is Cassian was saying this thing you can see other ships for like 9 parsecs away.
Right.
Could you imagine having that availability in your hands to see that?
Nope.
I mean, if you're trying to smuggle shit in and out of systems or get on other ships and smuggle their crap, like basically space pirates, that would be pretty fucking epic. I'm just saying. Like,
Speaking
it's
of
like almost a
space
force,
pirates,
except you're forceless.
what's the space pirate name? What's his name?
Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Wars, the space pirate in Clone Wars. What's his fucking name?
Oh, man. Oh, the one with the hat? The one that was in...
Hondo, dude. Shout out to
Yeah.
Hondo. I fucking love that guy.
All right.
Dude, and also, how smart is Luthen for making sure that they had an exit? He actually already like I guess he like blew a hole or something to make sure that they
That
if they got
TNT, he
fucking
said
surrounded
dynamite.
they could get out, you know? That's
Right.
super
Yeah.
smart, man. I would fucking leave with that guy just because of that right there.
The buyer wanted to meet Cassian from the jump. Yeah, so I got here. The buyer wanted to meet Cassian from the jump, which I already said that. Uh, Holy shit, the Blues are so close. The warning system is pretty clever.
Yep.
So I'm on my last page here.
When they left though, and Andor was able to sneak behind Surreal, that was fucking badass in my opinion. Surreal had no idea what was going to happen, and that's right whenever the banging stopped, and then boom, they fucking end up behind him. Everything fucking flipped after that. They were able to
Okay,
get
so
their speeders.
if you remember though, the guy that got his blaster took it away because he shot Tim, he went and got the spaceship. He said, "Just keep it up in the air. Don't do anything else. Don't even land. Just keep it up there until we're ready." Well, that one dude, the guy that was a cover story for Cassian, he tied something to it. You can see him walking away from it, and he tied something there, dude. And we now know it was some kind of junker tied to the end of it. Well,
Yeah.
he was like, I'm not. Instead of landing and figuring out what the fuck's going on, he tries to go like faster, faster,
Yeah, what the
and
fuck?
it just swung him into that tower,
Boom.
and that's what the explosion was. He's like, "Fuck, they're behind us."
Yeah. Dude,
That's what that was.
that was fucking funny. Like, what the hell was that dude doing? Like, you could tell something's fucking dragging you. Fucking land the goddamn ship and stop being an asshole about it.
Like he took shit too literal, and he got killed for it. And it was great. It was a perfect diversion
I
for
even got that right here. That
Cassian
stupid
and the collector.
and the stupid guy that flew the ship. That's what I fucking wrote down. That's also the trigger happy guy, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, by the
It's
way,
perfect.
the way they got away, super smart.
Right, like you
They
had a
put
decoy.
bombs. They put bombs inside the ship. Like let it go forward. They shot at it to disable it. They blew it up and took off. Super smart, man, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I actually loved that scene. At first, I was like, why didn't they shoot at him? And then I rewatched it. I was like, oh, they really didn't have time to shoot at him, you know? I was like, that's actually really
Right.
well
Because
planned.
once they realized that their dudes just got blown up, they're like, well, fuck, everybody's turned this way. Now they're going that way. So
Yep. And it was awesome, man. And I didn't like the way Marva was crying because he left. I already said this earlier. And, you know, she's all crying
well,
because
she
he
got to
left.
know her time's coming. That lady's old.
Yeah,
She's like
she's
in her
old,
70s.
but she's also a fucking kidnapper. So I'm not gonna let that down.
Well, I have to say, I don't think she did it out of like kidnapping, like what a kidnapper usually kidnaps kids for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She did it out of love, and I think she may be where she couldn't have kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe
So
that played a
if you
factor.
can't have kids, are
Because
you
she
gonna
don't have
kidnap
kids
one?
herself, huh?
If you had kids and or if you couldn't have kids, are you gonna kidnap one?
No, but I mean, like if you had a pretty good sneaky suspicion that if he's still there when the public gets there, they're gonna
She could
blow
have
that shit up.
put him to sleep, walked out in the field, dropped him, and left. He would have woke up, ran straight back to his tribe.
Right. But thank God she stole because that makes
I know,
Cassian
right?
pretty good.
Good, thank God, because otherwise we wouldn't have this beautiful show that's already out right now, Andor. And by the way, that's the end of this episode. So let's go ahead and rate it.
I rate the third episode a 9.
Do what?
I rated it a 9. The third
9?
episode. Yeah.
God damn, that's the highest thing you've ever rated anything. I rated a 7 point. No, an 8, a 7.8.
It had a fucking a hell of a backstory. You know, the collector came
No,
in.
I did this wrong.
of
It's 8. It's an 8. It's an 8.5 is what I'm going to rate it. Because now that I'm sitting here talking about it, I have wrote down 7.8, but I like this one a lot more than the other ones. So I want to fucking change
Right.
that one to fucking 8.5, dude. Let's go. Close to a 9. But I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more better
course.
ones. A lot more
Right.
better.
But
A lot better ones. A lot. There's gonna be better ones.
I hope so.
There should be, dude.
But nah, the collector, the guy that meets Cassian, he came into perspective. What he is, who he is, what he does. I think Cassian had a better backstory this time. You can understand where he really came from, the hurt, the anguish, his sister not being around. You know what I mean? Maybe Kenari didn't have names for people. Maybe they had, like sounds or something.
Well, they call them
Maybe
Casa.
that's why it's not translated, huh?
They call them Casa.
That's a good point. Well, fuck, I don't know. I blew my theory out of the fucking water.
All right, guys, we're gonna end it right here. You good with that? Yeah, you good with that, James?
Yeah.
Awesome. So make sure to go ahead and check us out. Make sure to sign up to our Facebook. We've got a. It's a good community. You're gonna like it. We also do polls on there. Make sure to check out our anything and everything nerd style. Make sure to check that out on YouTube because you're gonna want to see that too. It's our other shows that we got besides this one. You're gonna want to check that out. Now, get the fuck out of here, guys.